one.
Well, where's the tab? Oh, there it goes. Welcome, everybody. This is Bill Mack here with the Middleman. Here I am with another reaction for you today. This was basically Tommy Lauren and Jessica Tarlov here. They were discussing on Hannity had them on a couple of days ago, and this was all in relation to the media, the liberal media's sudden attacks on Donald Trump's family. And the question is, like I said, I try to give viewpoints for left or from the right. I'm really about neither one of them. If I see something that's a subject, I will totally bring it up. I'm not for or against President Trump and whatsoever. I didn't vote for him, but I just to say that I feel like the liberal media has gone really far beyond of actually finding political things to discuss rather than talking about kids and talking about these boycotts, especially in this video today. It's just a very sad situation to see young kids brought into the situation. You've seen Bear and Trump being talked about. Now you see Donald Trump's Jr.'s son being them possibly want him possibly going to kindergarten, and the very school that he is possibly attending, they're talking about doing a boycott. I mean, we've seen over the last few weeks Ivanka Trump with her clothing line being boycotted and being pulled off the shelves and stuff because it's President Trump's daughter, and she's an advisor to him. During this, which we all knew this was going to happen to begin with, that they were going to have that. But I mean, when's enough with stuff? I mean, it's like somebody said the other day on the news that no matter what, I understand if you didn't vote for Trump, didn't agree with him, but the media is going to continue on. I mean, they're going to have a field day totally with this whole position when it comes down to Trump. But bringing the kids in, it's a very sad situation to have for the liberal media to go. I mean, how far left are the extremists? Are these is the liberal media gotten? I mean, every time you turn it on, there's always something about Trump or his daughter. You've seen that, his son had this fundraiser for St. Jude's, and then they didn't want him doing that because they worried about the conflict that they would have with the money and donations and stuff. So he had to stop doing that. And then we've seen Ivanka's, like I said, the boycott and Nordstrom and TJ Maxx and all these companies that was once selling her stuff didn't have a problem with it. Now they all of a sudden have a problem with it and are pulling it down and want people to boycott, and it's causing her stock to go down. And Melania Trump, there was a supposed line of things she was going to put out and a brand she was going to have, but now because of situations they're going to have, it's going to damage that, and it could have costed her, a pretty penny to be able to have this brand that she was going to put out, that could have been a multi-million-dollar thing, but is not able to do that now because always something with the media. But let's get right into the video here with Hannity.
Welcome back to Hannity. So some New York City families are allegedly considering a boycott of an elite Upper East Side school because the grandson of President Trump is rumored to be attending kindergarten there in the fall.
Right, folks, not in high school, not middle school, but kindergarten. I mean, boycotted because his grandson, which has nothing to do with it, should be left out.
Now, this according to a report from the New York Post titled, "Trump Ties to Upper East Side School Stirs Moms." Sadly, this is just the latest example of the left demeaning the family of President Trump. Joining us now is the director of research at Bustle.com, Jessica Tarlov, and the host of Tommy on the Blaze. Tommy Lauren is with us. All right. First, they go after me. It was vicious what they did to Barron. I know, I've met him. Awesome kid. Smart, polite, intelligent, really good kid. Then
right, and see, they even it brought up the attention. You see a lot of Chelsea Clinton even came to the attention of it. You think, well, how bad would it have been if you'd have seen Fox News or some of these other outlets going after Donald Trump? I mean, President Obama's kids. Like you brought up in the video you see later on. There was one point in which one time somebody did say something about them, but they got fired. That one person. But you see, it's now getting on an everyday basis. Something's happening, and it even brought the attention of also Monica Lewinsky. You remember from the Clinton scandal, her talking about bullying and standing up and saying, these little kids like this shouldn't be bullied by the liberal media that's out there today, and portraying them in the media, because they have nothing to do with this situation, because people are having so much of a hard time with Trump being present in these orders and things that he is doing. I mean, if you have problems with him, fine, but I mean, be respectful, be fair. They didn't do that for Obama's kids, so I mean, what's different with Trump's? I mean, yeah, Trump's got a big mouth. Trump says a lot of stupid stuff, a lot of stuff I don't agree with. But when it comes to attacking kids, attacking family because you don't like the person, that's really wrong to me.
Now they're going after the grandchild and the son and the child of Don Jr. Then they stopped Eric Trump from raising money for St. Jude's Hospital a cancer ward, because there might be conflicts with people that give money. And poor Ivanka, she can't do anything right. They're politicizing her line at Nordstrom's and elsewhere. And, every person that I know works here loves her stuff.
So you see that they're doing this because she's Trump's daughter. She's there by Trump. She's an advisor to him. We all knew that she was going to be an advisor to him, but the media and all these other outlets and stuff on the left, extreme left, not the progressive left, which is a totally different wing of the Democratic Party. The extreme left is just with especially hardcore media, celebrities. All these things are just buckling against it, no matter what you do with Trump. It's just going to have these situations going on, but to have them attack the family, and that's where I'm at. It's not political, but, basically in a part it is too, because like I said, Obama didn't have to worry so much about this, his kids and stuff getting, these kinds of things, because the media is liberal. The extreme left is what they are, and they're going to continue on with this, but you got to have some drawing point somewhere, and leave the kids and stuff like this out of this, and actually find reputable stuff to actually be reporting on and talking about.
Why are they going after kids, and what would happen if we did that?
We don't know what happened, but this is just another example. What is that they like to say? When they go low, we go high.
Yes.
After the kids. It's a different set of standards, obviously. And if they're so shaken by having a child going to kindergarten, it's going to be a rough life for some of these individuals if they're going to want to shelter their children. But then again, colleges have safe spaces now. So they're just preparing them in kindergarten.
Legos, crayons, coloring books. Jessica, I never talked about Malia and Sasha. The only thing I've said is it seems like they're great kids.
Absolutely.
You know what? Why are you going after a 10-year-old? Why are you going after a kid going into kindergarten?
I've never done it. No one that I fraternize with has.
And they're going to beat up a girl, Ivanka, who's a lovely woman.
Listen, I think that going after a 10-year-old is completely unacceptable. Going and boycotting a school is a great school, completely unacceptable. Having a discussion about the Eric Trump Foundation or Ivanka and her clothing line, and these are adult children. I mean, Ivanka tweeted today a picture of her sitting between her father and Justin Trudeau, talking about what they discussed in terms of advancing women. So, she is an advisor to the administration. That's not
right, but you see, when it come, Hillary did much more than Ivanka's done. Remember, that's why Hillary was a senator and vice and presidential candidate. She did so much when it was time for her. When she was in the office, as you remember the Clinton years, she was all over the place. And Chelsea, which I didn't hear much out of Chelsea, if anything. When her in the White House, if anything was mentioned, it was after that, and really wasn't something that they were totally bashing her about. But that's the like I said, that's the far left media for you, is to do that. But yeah, if they're Ivanka Trump, she's making decisions, but also look what Hillary was doing. Hillary done the most of any first lady that was in the White House, and that's not saying that's a bad thing, but just saying she immersed herself in it. So if Ivanka's in with these meetings with Trump and advising him, she's going to be in part with that, and she's a very level-headed person.
Not the same thing as just being
a child. That wasn't a social moment.
Yes, we do know, but why was she in the first meeting with Prime Minister Abe? And also, Tommy, I just want to raise the point. In October of last year, you actually tweeted, compare Chelsea Clinton to the Trump kids. Right. This isn't about looks. # debate. What did you mean by that? Why are we talking about the kids? Why were you talking about the kids yourself?
All right. For her response, we'll be right back. Going to take a short break. And we get back to the answer back from Tommy.
And for the record, you want to discuss Ivanka, this is all open for discussion. We're talking about the fact that if Hillary would have won and Chelsea was sitting in the middle between two world leaders, you guys would have applauded her all night long. She would have been the poster child of the feminist movement. But if Ivanka's sitting there, all of a sudden it's inappropriate. I'm asking you about your tweet. And I'm not saying if Chelsea was doing that, listen, I wanted her to step down from the Clinton Foundation.
She explained it. Not about looks, about politics.
Well, I'm sure that, Ivanka, you were talking about when I said compare the two. Yes, Ivanka has done great things. And Chelsea women. I'm talking about the way that the media covers the two is night and day, where people applauded Chelsea Clinton. What did you guys do to the Clinton Foundation compared to their Trump Foundation? $880,000.
The foundation was.
Oh, we all know too well about the Clinton Foundation, and really can't bring too much up because, sad to say, Trump made donations, did as well. But we see what the Clinton Foundation was used for. Especially, it came out a whole lot of it during this past election year. So that definitely is the case. Let's get back.
Went to the Trump resort.
Excuse me.
What about the $77,000 cup of coffee?
All right, we're getting off base. I want to stop here for a second. If I went after the Obama kids, I probably would have groups of people wanting me fired.
Oh, yeah, it would be all over the media. I mean, you would have so many people all in arms about it and fussing and complaining about Hannity and protesting Hannity, and as any would. But that's the liberal media for you, no matter whether you're CNN, no matter whether you're MSNBC, NBC News. You're going to have these liberal outlets that are basically going to jump on the story, and they're not going to just do it one at a time. They're all going to gang up on it, on these stories and stuff, no matter where it is. And if whether you support Trump, whether you like him or not, like I said, I don't care. I'm not really for one or for the other, but when it comes to attacking kids, and because they're the president's kids, or grandkids, as the situation may be here, it's just wrong to do that. And the liberal media is just wrong for doing that and attacking and doing anything they can, and especially in our social media today, because it gets further out there. Imagine what would happen years ago had it been, social media to what it is today, even what it was just a few years ago. I mean, we see so much just going on, and definitely Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, any of those on Fox would be basically blasted all over liberal media. You'd have celebrities and everyone, but no, it's just not fairly done right, and it's very sad to see these things going on.
Wait a minute.
Sean, even after Beyonce, you'll have groups of people wanting you fired. What's your problem with Beyonce? What I'm saying is
she's not really. See, that's what I'm saying is not. She's just giving an example. And what's wrong with Beyonce? She's giving an example of if you said something about it, and here she is attacking. It's just senseless, meaningless rhetoric on her part.
Loving left that have found these celebrities, they are so protective of certain celebrities, but then others, they go for the jugular.
Yeah, if you don't agree with them, you're not part of the liberals far extreme to the left. You're not going, the Hollywood, celebrities, the liberal media, they're going to be all over you. If you support Trump, support the Republican Party, support whatever, and you don't fall in line with them, they're going to attack you. It's much like a lot of other personal things that happen within the confines of our great old U.S. of A. So exactly right, and I agree, is if you're not in line with the celebrities, if you're not on the extreme far left, and like I said, it's not the progressives doing it, especially these celebrities and those, because I feel like progressives are more or less trying to get things done and more focused on their platform and what they need to do, rather than the far extreme left and these liberal outlets and these celebrities that have nothing better to do than just pick and choose little fights and things, especially talking about Trump's kids and whatnot, and the portrayal of them. They should be left out of the media. Like I said, his older kids, Ivanka and all them, even though they're just, to me, I don't feel it's right that they're doing what they're doing. I would feel the same way if President Obama's kids were being, grown up and having to do the same things. But if you're being attacked personally or being boycotted like they are, it's just a sad situation in general.
So you see that this is not about.
I think this is the point. I thought you guys on the left were supposed to be tolerant. I thought you guys were supposed to be inclusive.
I am super tolerant and inclusive.
Okay,
I said no children at all.
Okay, but it's still happening.
It is
still happening.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't have happened to the Obama kids if it did.
Remember when
one time, one assistant
was fired
and got fired.
What
one
happened
person.
to Chelsea Clinton in the 90s? You remember that? It was horrific how they treated her.
I don't remember that. I never talked about
I think were treated very.
I didn't either.
I don't remember much.
See, she doesn't either. She just said it yet again. Something she doesn't have basis for.
Leave the children alone. All right, Don Jr. Eric,
I agree with you, Hannity. Leave them alone.
And they're making policy decisions.
Okay. I said they're fair game. Yeah. Okay, they can defend themselves. Absolutely. Leave the young kids alone. It's really despicable. All right,
and I agree.
Back to Hannity.
And I agree with the same way is just leave the kids alone. It's bad to boycott somebody because of what your name is or what you're doing. But, I imagine, these are young kids. These are not older people. They're not doing things that are, as far as these attacks from the far left and the media is concerned, the liberal media. And these celebrities doing these things today. But he is right, though. But they should leave the kids out of this. They can't defend themselves, and they shouldn't be brought in to begin with. But this is your day and time when the liberals and the extreme left, how far are they willing to go? Which means to me that they're willing to go as far as they want. Every day it's going to be something. So, if you're tired of hearing the Trump or about his family, just hold on to your boots, folks. We got 4 long years of it. Possibly 8 if he gets reelected. So just expect the far media left to basically, and the liberal media to basically just harp on every little thing that happens. So, but in closing, I hope you like my video. This is the middleman Bill Mack. If you like my video, drop a like on it, drop a comment on it. Try to deliver you the best that I can, and I'm trying to get as many subscribers as I can. So please make sure you subscribe to my video if you like it. If you just get a chance to watch it, you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, just subscribe to me, and I appreciate every subscriber I get. So until next time, another story to come. This is the middleman. This is Bill Mack here, and I am signing off.